Alright guys, so this is just a really simple video that I wanted to talk about when you're doing yoga and you're practicing, let's say via Zoom, for your benefit. A couple different things that you can consider doing. The first one is the angle. I would say the angle that's probably best for a teacher is where you're facing, how I'm facing right now, which is head on, so that let's say you're in a lunge or something and your knees falling to the side, I can see that alignment's off, and I can say, hey Sally, push your knee towards your pinky toe, or whatever the alignment might be. In this scenario, you can see as well a contrast setup where the contrast of my yoga mat, which my yoga mat's black, but my covering is a light green, and when I teach, I wear all black. And vice versa, if I had a very dark background, I would, for instance, wear, a white or a beige or something light. And what that does, it just allows the teacher to be able to see you. Provided that that's what you want. If you want a lot of instruction, if you want alignment instruction, this will definitely apply to your practice. And I think that is one of the benefits of doing live Zoom classes. It's not a video, it's very different. It is like a live class. And if you're wondering too, like most of the teachers that I know that are doing this, they're probably using a computer, but I use a giant screen. I have an actual television screen, and it's a really big screen. So each student on there is like its own little computer-sized screen. So we really can see your alignment, provided that the contrast is there. There's some lighting in the room. It doesn't have to be anything special. I use a very simple, I'm trying not to move the camera too much because I know it gets really bouncy when we do this, but I figure it's just for the purpose of the class today, this lecture, just a simple setup where you can see, it's just a very basic lamp that I have set up here, and it's just two of them, very bright white light, and it does make a difference. And again, it's up to you. It's your practice ultimately. So how you do this is up to you. Within the Zoom too, having a where you click on the camera, if you click on settings below in Zoom, it lets you touch up the video. It lets you do a few different corrections. You can also choose HD or standard view. The standard view original ratio is a higher ratio. It's more of like a 4:3 ratio. So that gives you more vertical view. If you have space constraints, you might want to consider that. And also, if you have a separate camera, you can choose wide-angle lenses. I actually use a Lumix GH4 to do my video, and I use a Yeti Blue for my microphone. And when I go into Zoom, of course, I have to choose the video card that I'm using for the capture device. This gets a little more beyond. You don't need that. You just need a laptop or even your phone, for that matter, to do your Zooming from. But I'm giving you more optimal ways to do this, and the more optimal would be to have a separate camera, have even perhaps a hard wire into, like my video is going directly into through the internet on a hardwired line. So it's actually a DSL line, which gives you a stronger connection to the internet. So I just, anyway, I hope that this helps. I hope that this answered any questions. The other big thing too, if you go in and it says Steve's in another room, usually it means you either have to contact me and say, hey Steve, it's saying I'm in another room. Maybe I have to reset my connection, which I've had to do before. And maybe you have to also go out of Zoom and come back into the room. So actually close out Zoom itself and then go back and reopen the room, and then you'll spawn in my room, because I'm only in the room that I send out. So the night before, I send an email with the link. Also, they are passcode, so there is a passcode you have to type in. Only people with that passcode can get into the room. So it's not really a totally public room. So that will also be in the email, and it just says passcode. Anyway, I hope that gives you enough information to do these Zoom classes. Again, I'm doing Tuesdays, Thursday at 7 p.m. and Sunday. So right now I'm 3 days a week, Sunday, 11 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m., Sunday, 11 a.m. I hope to see you then. Okay, bye.